Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a kind of a different video for you. I wanted to share with you guys some of the best or some really good places to find new additions to your collection, to find military items, to find maybe firearms or other collectibles and everything. Places that I check and go to and everything, and I've had a lot of good luck over the years finding some really good items in these different places. Some of these places I'm going to talk about are places I'm sure you guys go to or visit already. But hopefully, this list I have here will help a lot of you guys, whether you're new to the hobby or just need some more ideas of where to look. Because as we know, some stuff is getting harder to find. We hear that talked about all the time. It's maybe not always the case as a whole, and the reason I say that is because there might be certain areas in the world or country or whatever where certain items from different periods or whatever might be harder to find in those particular areas of the country or the world, whereas another area they might be more plentiful, they might be available or easier to find. But that's why it's important to have a network, to have connections, people all over that can help look for stuff you're looking for. You look for stuff they're looking for, and just create it like a community. And everybody's looking out for each other and trying to help each other grow collections and everything. And that's what it's about, sharing knowledge and helping your fellow collector out. But anyways, I've got 13 things listed here of places or ways of finding new things for your collection, what I do myself. So hopefully this really helps you. And so the first thing I've got listed is antique stores. So I grew up, my dad used to take me to antique stores when I was little. So, I mean, I grew up going to antique stores and stuff. And you always can find usually really good stuff in antique stores. Because, you know, these people go out and find it, or maybe it's stuff from their family or wherever, maybe from their home. They bring it in their booth in antique stores and sell it. Also, people come into antique stores to sell stuff, just random stuff off the road. You never know what might walk into an antique store to be sold. And so, me and my wife, whenever we go on road trips and stuff, we always plan out our trips, and we always look for antique stores that we can visit along our routes just to try to bring, you know, new additions home to our collection and everything. And I'm telling you, over the years, we've been on a lot of road trips, a lot of different places, found some really cool items that have really cool stories and everything. And, you know, that kind of makes it more fun to collect. But so definitely check out antique stores in your area. I can tell you that probably within an hour's drive in just about all the direction from where I am, everybody knows who I am. They either know my name or why I'm in their store. I'm looking for military stuff. That's the military guy. That's Jonathan, right? Antique stores. Next, I've got thrift stores. Check out thrift stores like Salvation Army, or actually places that actually say thrift stores on the top there, because they get a lot of donations and stuff most of the time. And I mean, there's no telling what people might bring in there just to donate. They don't want to deal with trying to sell it themselves, or they've given up on trying to do anything with it, so they just give it to Salvation Army or thrift store or whatever so that they can, you know, make money and maybe it'll go to a good cause. So check out thrift stores. You can find who knows what in there. Most thrift stores you think of having clothing and stuff, but that's not always the case. There could be anything in a thrift store. You never ever know what you might find. Like I said, a lot of stuff's donated by families. You might find groupings or something donated to a thrift store. You know what I mean? You just never know. So keep that in mind. Antique stores, thrift stores. Next, check out Goodwill stores. Goodwill is a great place you can find stuff, because you never ever know what you might find in a Goodwill store, whether it's a big location or small one. Again, people donate stuff in there. It could be family heirlooms, you know, which is sad, medals or uniforms or whatever else that should stay in the family. It's sad that people get rid of stuff like that, but it's a way for us to collectors to find it and give it a good home, display it, preserve it, so it's not thrown in a landfill somewhere and just gone forever. So check Goodwill stores. I can tell you, when I go in Goodwill stores, I definitely look at the clothing racks. I look in the glass display cases up front. I always go to where the suit coats are, like the dress coats, like men wear. I'm always hoping one day I'll be looking and I'll see patches or something, or a World War I jacket or World War II or whatever. You never ever know. I found helmets in Goodwill stores, so always check Goodwill. Next, I've got on here estate sales. Estate sales can be great places to find items for your collection. I go to estate sales pretty often, not every weekend, but every month I'll go to estate sales if I'm off work or as I'm able. I look online on estatesales.net. Type in my zip code and area I'm in and look in surrounding areas and stuff. You can look at the pictures and description and usually see some good stuff there. But estate sales, you think, sadly, that person most of the time has passed away. Now, sometimes there's a living estate sale where the person might be downsizing or moving in with one of their children, or a nursing home or assisted living or whatever. But estate sales, you can find unreal stuff at estate sales, and a lot of times you can find them for really good prices. I found some amazing things at estate sales over the years, like stuff, I like to go the first day, but sometimes I'm not able to, so I'll go the second day, and a lot of times you think, man, the second day or third day, it's already been picked over, looked at by hundreds or maybe thousands of people. There ain't going to be nothing left, but that's not true. You can still find good stuff the second or third, last day. And a lot of times the company will start doing discounts the second day and by the end of it, because they don't want to be stuck with a lot of this stuff most of the time. Unless they've got a business or store themselves, they're just going to buy it out and sell it in their place of business. So estate sales, I'm telling you, estate sales, check them out. Moving on here, yard sales. Yard sales are a great place to find military stuff, because people go through their attics, their garage, just their rooms, closets, drawers, cabinets, whatever, and just start pulling stuff out, maybe to downsize or declutter or just to pick up some extra money. And a lot of times at yard sales, you'll get stuff for almost nothing. You like very little prices. But you will go to some yard sales and they'll think they've got gold just because something's old or whatever. And they'll have outrageous prices on there. But I'm telling you, yard sales are a great place to go. Honestly, though, yard sales or garage sales, whatever, can be kind of frustrating for me sometimes, because you look at the sign on the street and you're following the arrows, and the signs can be misleading a lot of times, because it'll say like it's a huge family sale or world's largest yard sale, or you got to see this, just to get people's attention. And it's almost like clickbait on a YouTube video or something. And you do all this driving and stuff, and it seems like you're driving for an hour sometimes, and you can't find the street because a tree's done grown over the sign. And it's just, I don't know, it just takes you all over the world, it seems. And you get there, and it's like the yard sale is very small. Like, it's like one table, and it's got like used toothbrushes and underwear with holes in them, and just a bunch of dirty, broken crap. And you're thinking, where's this stuff at you mentioned on your sign? Where's this huge sale and everything? And I almost want to ask the people for gas money for wasting my time coming out there, but you never know. I'm kind of picking and joking, having fun here making this video, but you never know. Yard sales can be great places to find military stuff or stuff for your collection. Here's another thing I do at yard sales. So, say you see a few little military items or whatever you like to collect, you see a little bit, there could be more, right? So what I do, sometimes people ask me, hey, is there anything particular you're looking for? Or if I already see a little bit of military stuff, what I'll say is, I collect old military stuff. Things like helmets, uniforms, guns, bayonets, canteens, medals, dog tags, flag. I do that to kind of get their mind thinking, like, you know what? I do have that uniform in the attic, or I do have that box of military stuff in the basement, or I do have those firearms been sitting in the closet for 800 years, and I don't need that stuff. So maybe this young guy, or this young good-looking guy, maybe he'll give it a good home or something like that. You know what I mean? You got to get their mind working. Don't just say, I collect military stuff. Do you have anything? Then that could have their mind going in 1,000 directions. You give them specific items to kind of get their mind working. Now, don't list 800 things like I did, just a few. I collect things like, guns, helmets, uniforms, medals, stuff like that, and then it'll get them thinking, right? could be a good way for you to find some really good stuff that you might not see already out for sale at the yard sale. Moving on. Flea markets. Flea markets are great for finding stuff because a lot of those people that set up pull stuff out of barns or attics or sheds that hadn't seen the light of day since Bible days, I think. But you never know what you can find at flea markets. I score so many wonderful things and awesome things at flea markets. It is amazing what you can find. And, you know, and a lot of times it hasn't changed hands a bunch of times. It's been in the family, you know, since the beginning of time or whatever. And you can find some great stuff at flea markets. Very, very cool, awesome stuff. You never know. I tell you what, there's a flea market here down the street about 30 minutes from me. Been going to it probably 15 years or something. And I would actually, when my kids were smaller, I would take a garden cart, like a metal wagon with 4 wheels on it and a handle that people use to pull around their yard or garden to do different work. I would load that up in the back of the vehicle, and I would put my kids in that wagon, and I would pull them all over the flea market and everything, and load up the wagon with stuff for me and for them. You know, Daddy would always find stuff for them, you know, that they liked as well. Sometimes they wouldn't get to ride very long because we'd start just adding stuff into the cart, and there wasn't enough space for kids in there. But you know, that's really good memories I have of spending time with my kids and everything, is them being, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 years old, being pulled around a wagon with, you know, with Daddy and everything, but finding treasures and things. But flea markets are awesome, I'm telling you. Next, gun stores. A lot of you guys that like guns and stuff, go to gun stores. That's a good place to find guns or firearms, ammo. Sometimes they have other stuff in there. They might have bayonets or knives or swords, or who knows, you might find a helmet in the corner or something. Now, as we know, prices have gone up on a lot of stuff, especially milsurps. I mean, but you can still find a gun shop here and there, you know, where you could score some pretty reasonably priced milsurps or items for your collection. Build a relationship with the owner. You know, maybe they'll work with you if you start buying them regularly from them, or more often than most buyers. It's not just a one-time thing. And you know, gun stores can still be a good place. Same thing like pawn shops. Check out pawn shops. People bring stuff in there to pawn to get money or whatever. They don't pay what they owe, and then it ends up getting taken from them. You know, and but I mean, pawn shops, you can find some pretty good stuff. You really can. So check them out. You never know what you might find in the back corner or something of a pawn shop. Check that out. Moving on here, gun shows. Gun shows, you know, people bring all kind of stuff, set it all out and everything from their personal collection, or maybe they just buy stuff to flip it, or they've just come into a large collection of guns or whatever else, or, you know, accessories, knives. But at gun shows, you can also find military stuff as well. But the only thing is, you know, you'll have those guys at gun shows. They've had the same. I've been going to the same gun shows for years, as far as the same locations, for probably 10, 12 years. And most of the time, it's a lot of the same sellers. There's some really great people I've met who are eager to sell. They want to rotate and flip their inventory and everything. They want to get it gone. They're there to sell and make money. But then you got some guys, they've had the same gun collection for 150 years. And they put just outrageous prices on stuff because really they don't want to sell it. Either they want somebody to be a sucker and get ripped off, or they just pay the fee to set their table up. They pay $40 or $50 to have a table just to display their collection that they have no intention of selling, just to display it so they can show it off, you know, because for the most part it's probably kept in a safe or a gun cabinet, and that's their time to kind of show their collection to the public, or, you know, for other people to see. But you can still get some really good stuff at gun shows. Build relationships, let people know what you're looking for, especially if they regularly set up at gun shows. You can find some good stuff there. But a lot of times it's all about the right place at the right time, making connections, building relationships, letting people know what you're looking for. Gun shows. Don't give up on them. There's still stuff to be found. Military shows is the next place. The show of shows. Most of you guys have been watching me for a while, I'm sure. I talk about the show of shows. I record video while I'm there. I make videos showing you what I've added to my collection while I was there and different things, pictures. Military shows are a great way to find military stuff and guns, different things. A lot of the guys that sell are, for the most part, are really nice and eager to sell and everything, which the prices have gone up on a lot of stuff as well. That's why you got to kind of shop around. Unless something's very rare and at a really good price, it doesn't hurt to maybe check around some other tables just to see if, if it's a fairly common item, I should say. You might could kind of, search around before you spend $100 here and you walk 2 tables down and you could have spent $25 there for the same item. But the only thing is sometimes you'll pass something up and somebody will come right behind you and they'll buy it and you'll think you're going to go back there and pick it up in 5 minutes or an hour later and it's gone. So it's kind of a touchy situation, I guess. If you really want something and it's maybe right where you want to pay for it or just a little bit above, maybe go ahead and buy it. But if it's a fairly common item and it's a huge military show like the show of shows, it doesn't hurt to kind of search around and check around first. Facebook Marketplace is a great place to find stuff. I found some really great stuff on Facebook Marketplace. From time to time, I'll get on different Facebook groups or Marketplace. I'll say, hey, I collect old military stuff. This is what I'm looking for. Please let me know what you have. I found some great stuff over the years on Facebook Marketplace. People answering my post in groups or me just seeing stuff for sale randomly. And a lot of times they might have one thing listed for sale or only contact you about one thing. But you can ask them, hey, I know you got this helmet for sale, but hey, do you have anything else military? Do you have any other helmets? Do you have a Sherman tank in your backyard? Do you have a German U-boat? Do you have guns or uniform? It kind of starts conversation and they can kind of maybe let you know other things they have, or they'll keep you in mind if they come across other things. So definitely check out Facebook Marketplace. And like I said, I kind of touched on already, Facebook groups. Join military groups, join firearm groups, collector groups on Facebook. There's probably 200 million Facebook groups out there, it seems like. Some of them have almost the exact same name. They might have changed a word or two, the title or the name of the group. Some are private, public, closed, whatever. But check out groups. People post stuff for sale all the time on there. Build connection, relationship, let people know what you're looking for. Facebook groups are really awesome. You can get a lot of knowledge. If you have stuff in your collection that you need more information on, you can post it on there, pictures of it, and just, hey, can you guys give me more information on what I have here? Or it's a great resource for you. So check out Facebook groups. eBay. Now, I know a lot of people don't like eBay. Some do. But eBay is over the whole world. There's people pretty much all over the world that sell on eBay. So that kind of really broadens the way you can search for stuff, because you can find stuff across the globe that you can't find here locally or even in your own country. So check eBay. I've gotten a ton of stuff on eBay. Most of it for good prices. Some stuff I might have paid up a little bit more than I wanted to. Check eBay out. Same thing like online sites and stuff. Gun Broker, there's Guns America, there's Ammo Seek, there's Lucky Gunner, there's Classic Firearms, there's Cheaper Than Dirt. Now, some of these I just called out, people don't really care for different reasons, and I understand. I'm just kind of throwing some stuff out there. Online, eBay or other places online, check it out. Last thing I got is word of mouth. And basically, I've created, again, a community for myself of people that not only collect guns or military stuff, but people that collect old stuff, usually antiques. And I go to antique stores, Flea Markets. I go to all these places I've just told you. And if I see some, hey, you know what? Such and such likes this kind of stuff. I'm going to send him or her pictures of this stuff. And say, hey, you interested in this? This is where it's at. Or, hey, do you want me to buy this for you? And you can just pay me back. And I have so many people that contact me. They'll text me or call me or send me pictures or message me on Facebook or whatever. They see me in person. They'll tell me if we see each other pretty regularly. They'll keep me in mind. I found some great stuff over the years, having more eyes out there. If you have 10, 20, 50 people out there looking for stuff as they're going to all these different places, or they're their secret places to go to find cool stuff. They'll keep you in mind, hey, you know what? Look at all this military stuff. You know, John Boy likes this stuff. I'm going to call him, or I'm going to text him, and I'm going to let him know, or whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you guys, word of mouth can go a long way. Just striking up conversations. People find out, hey, you know, you like military stuff, and I'll be like, hey, you collect Avon bottles, or you collect fuzz from the dryer or something, you know, or you collect old pennies or tape measures. I mean, I know it's weird. People collect weird stuff, but it's cool to have a hobby. I think it's healthy to have a hobby and therapeutic in a way, I guess. But anyways, guys, hopefully this stuff I just talked to you about will help you guys. I like making videos like this to kind of help you guys get some information out there, to kind of help you better learn about me and the ways, maybe the way I think, the way I do things, the places I go, how I add to my collection, what works for me. But anyways, let me know what you think of this video. I do have some more ideas for videos kind of like this in the future. I love all of you. God bless you so much, and I'll be getting back to you soon.